Chapter 3. Life Springs from Death. The one thing you can't take away from me is the way I choose to respond to what you do to me. The last of one's freedom is to choose one's attitude in any given circumstance. Viktor E. Frankl. I had to stop fixating my every thought on the one swift moment of Kirk's death, that one excruciating minute in time. I couldn't linger, struggling in silence alone. It was time for a change. I needed to refocus. Fred Rogers once said, "If it is mentionable, it is manageable." Heavily pregnant, I managed to waddle in and out of weekly survivors of suicide bereavement meetings with Mom. I had to find my way back into the world, and I utilized this group to recenter the world of living. The extraction of feelings wasn't enough to dispel all of our suffering, but it helped significantly. I loved everyone in that group. Feelings oozed out of people like oil. The support and acceptance from others gave me bursts of optimism and well-being. This is especially helpful when you don't accept yourself. In spite of all of our suffering, together we found profound hope again. These group meetings also benefited my mother, who was dealing with her child suffering severe pain without any way to help her. Mom was frustrated and outraged with Kirk's actions, and I could appreciate her feelings. I was certainly coping with anger as well. I didn't want our meetings to end, but the inevitable last night of our 8th-week SOS group sessions were upon us. We were no longer as sick as our secrets, and it was time to trust ourselves. We had never seen each other's departed loved ones. My imagination saw them as faceless outlines, but on this night we were asked to bring in a picture. The subject of these pictures reflected the pain that brought us all together. My mom and I entered the friendly and familiar meeting room. I quickly cuddled up to the side of that all-too-familiar beige couch, the one upon which I had shed many tears. After settling in, we began to exchange pictures around the room. A fellow survivor proudly handed me a picture of her adorable son as an infant. As his twinkling blue eyes innocently stared back at me, I suddenly heard and felt a pop between my legs. Warm liquid seeped through my pants, making me gasp aloud. My water had broken a month early. Oh my God, I'm in labor. I subtly gripped Mom's wrist, giving her an artificial smile. She instantly knew why I grabbed her and bounded off the couch, shouting, "We're having a baby!" I felt so vulnerable and frightened that I began trembling. Will the baby be okay? Hearing Mom's announcement, everyone in the room shot up to help, tears dripping from inconsolable eyes. At this bittersweet final survivors meeting, where grieving friends were learning how to say goodbye, my beautiful daughter was preparing to say hello. Thanks to one another and a soggy demonstration of the magnificence of life, everyone was moved by the touching and surreal moment. Prayers, tears, and hopes showered everyone. I worked on my mad breathing skills as the labor pains really kicked in. They felt a bit like running into a freight train head-on. My teeth chattered as I clutched my mother's right hand. She fumbled with her left hand to make our anticipated run towards the hospital.